My name's Anna, and I need to tell you something that still keeps me up at night. Imagine walking into your own house and realizing the person who's supposed to be like a second mum to you is the one destroying your family. That's my reality. And I'm still asking myself, can I ever trust my stepmom again after what she did? Okay, let me back up. Because this isn't some random story. This happened to me. My dad remarried 3 years ago. I wasn't thrilled at first because, let's be real, who actually wants a new stepmom when you're already grown up? But she worked her way in. She played the cool stepmom card, always laughing, buying gifts, acting like she understood me better than my dad did. And at some point, I let my guard down. She made me feel like I could trust her, like she wasn't here to replace anyone, but to add something good to my life. And I believed her. That's what makes this so much worse, because what she did broke everything. One night, I came home early. I wasn't supposed to, but something told me not to go straight to my room. I heard voices, low, almost whispering. At first, I thought it was nothing. Then I realized it was coming from the living room. I peeked, and there she was, my stepmom, sitting way too close to my cousin. My cousin. Their hands were touching. She was laughing, flipping her hair like she was 18 again. And then I saw it. Her kissing him. I froze. My brain didn't process it at first. I just remember this heavy feeling in my stomach, like I'd swallowed a rock. This wasn't some stranger, this was family. And here's the worst part. My dad was upstairs, clueless. Do you know what it's like to stand there, knowing you just saw the truth, but also knowing it's about to destroy someone you love? My hands were shaking so bad I couldn't even hold my phone straight. I didn't know whether to scream, to record, to just run. I didn't do anything that night. I just walked out of the house, sat in my car and stared at the steering wheel for an hour. I couldn't even cry yet. My brain was in shock. The next morning I thought, maybe I made it up. Like maybe it wasn't what it looked like. But the memory was too clear. That laugh, that touch, that kiss, it was real. So I confronted her. And that's when things got worse. She didn't deny it. She didn't even look sorry. She looked annoyed, like I'd ruined her fun. She said, "You don't understand, it was just a moment." Just a moment? A moment that could rip my family in half? A moment that spits in the face of the man who gave her everything? And then, this is what killed me. She tried to flip it on me. She said, "If you tell your dad, you'll be the reason this family breaks apart." Do you hear the manipulation? She didn't want me to think about the betrayal, the cheating, the lying. She wanted me to carry the guilt of destroying the family. Me, the kid. That's how cheaters work. They don't just cheat on the person they're with. They cheat on everyone who trusts them. For weeks, I kept it inside. I couldn't even look at her. She acted normal, like nothing had happened. Smiling at the dinner table, hugging my dad, planning family outings. And every single time I wanted to scream. But here's the thing, secrets don't stay buried forever. My cousin eventually slipped up. He texted me by mistake, a message meant for her. That's when I knew it wasn't just a moment. It was an affair. That text gave me proof, and it forced me to make a choice. I told my dad. I thought he'd explode, but he didn't. He just went quiet. The kind of quiet that's scarier than yelling. That night, he packed a bag and left the house. And me? I was stuck with my stepmom, who now looked at me like I'd ruined her life. She stopped playing the cool stepmom. She turned cold. She stopped talking to me unless it was to throw some guilt trip about how I tore this family apart. And I'm left with this question. How do you ever trust someone again after that? Because it's not just about her. It's about people in general. If your own stepmom, someone who promised to care for you, who pretended to be family, can stab you in the back like that, how do you look at anyone the same way? And maybe you've been there. Maybe you've caught someone cheating, or maybe you've kept someone else's secret because you didn't want to blow up your family. That guilt sticks to you. It makes you question everyone. Here's what I learned, and it's hard, but it's the truth. Trust doesn't break in one place. It cracks everywhere. Once you see someone you love betray another person, your brain starts scanning for danger. You start wondering, who else is lying? Who else is pretending? That's why it feels impossible to trust again. But here's the real answer. You don't rebuild trust with the person who broke it. You rebuild it with yourself. I had to stop asking, can I trust my stepmom again? Because the answer is no. And that's okay. She's not the standard. She's not the measuring stick for the rest of my life. The real question is, can I trust myself to spot betrayal earlier? Can I trust myself not to ignore red flags? Can I trust myself to walk away from people who try to guilt trip me into silence? Once you flip that question, you start taking back your power. Because cheaters want you to feel powerless. They want you to doubt yourself. They want you to carry the blame. But the truth is, I didn't break my family. She did. And my cousin did. And if you're in that spot, you need to hear this. You are not the reason for someone else's betrayal. So what do? You protect your peace. You build boundaries. You accept that some people are never safe to trust again. And you give yourself permission to walk away, even if it means losing what looked like a family. Because the benefit, the freedom you get, is peace of mind. You stop living in that constant spin of suspicion. You stop wondering if you're crazy. You start trusting yourself again. And let me tell you, once you start trusting yourself, the right people show up. The ones who actually respect loyalty. The ones who don't make you carry the weight of their secrets. So, can I ever trust my stepmom again after what she did? Number. And I'm done trying. But if you've ever been betrayed like this, I want you to remember, you don't rebuild trust with the person who broke it. You rebuild it with yourself. Subscribe for more real cheating stories and the lessons no one else will tell you.